Every country in the world has their own cuisine, and it is usually unusual for foreigners. But China, well, they absolutely take the cake. So in this video, we're going to show you 10 unusual foods that only exist in China. Let's begin. Number 10. Chicken testicles. And we're off to a great start. Maybe you've never even imagined it in your wildest dreams, but chicken testicles are actually edible. Chicken testicles seem to show up on many menus in Hong Kong. Their minuscule size makes it so that they have to be enjoyed in a similar way that you enjoy beans. The testicles themselves look very much like large white beans, which are boiled or fried whole with a soft squishy inside. You can then get them served in a broth of your choice, or rice or noodles. Alternatively, they are also sometimes fried in a batter, much like chicken nuggets, and in many cases are even available as fast food options. These variants go well with made-up curry sauce, sweet and sour sauce, egg fried rice. Nothing like a bowl full of testicles for lunch. Number 9. Balut. Many of us consume eggs in some form without even questioning it, because they are unfertilized and we know that they have many nutritious benefits for our lives. The Chinese, along with other countries, eat eggs in a very different way, known as balut. Contrary to the rest of the world where they make sure the egg is unfertilized, balut is a partially developed chicken or duck egg that has been incubated between 14 and 21 days before being boiled and then eaten. It is a popular street food that can be found at many roadside markets. It may sound sickening to eat a partially developed duck, but this dish is considered a delicacy in many places, such as China. The fertilized egg is boiled for about 25 minutes and then is eaten while the egg is still warm. The yolk portion is described as rich and creamy, with an overall mild taste, and some eggs contain bones and feathers that are edible, which, according to locals' belief, make the men eating them appear more masculine. Number 8. The century egg. Also called the preserved egg, it doesn't actually take a full 100 years to prepare. This dish was created in rural China after a farmer found some naturally preserved duck eggs in muddy water. He tasted them and decided to replicate them through a manual preservation. It went on to become a delicacy, surviving centuries in Hong Kong, China, and Southeast Asia. These days, chicken, duck, or quail eggs are soaked in a large volume of strong black tea, lime, salt, and then freshly burned wood ashes to achieve the same effect. The eggs can be soaked for any time between 7 weeks and 5 months to obtain the intended preserved egg or century egg taste. The egg is marinated until the yolk turns green and the whites become gelatinous and dark brown. The eggs have a creamy cheese flavor with a strong smell. Sound inviting? Number 7. Stinky tofu. With that word stinky literally in the name, you'd expect the dish to flop, right? Nope. Not only did it not fail, the man who invented it back in the Qing Dynasty became wealthy because of its crazy popularity. Often eaten as a popular snack food in Hong Kong, China, and Taiwan, it is no surprise that the word stinky is in the name. The smell of this dish is easily recognizable and distinguishable from a good distance, particularly for first-time visitors to China. The scent of stinky tofu can be overbearing. Despite the smell, the dish is served from hundreds of street food vendors and small restaurants, especially in major cities like Beijing. Stinky tofu is usually made from a mixture of tofu combined with fermented milk, vegetables, and a meat or a fish-based brine. To achieve particularly stinky tofu, the brine is most effective when it's weeks or even months old. Many of the factory-made versions have less of an intense stench than the homemade or restaurant version. So if the smell is putting you off, it's probably best to stick to supermarket versions, which would be less overpowering. It is often served in small cubes which are skewered together by street food vendors. In Hong Kong, Shanghai, and various Chinatowns worldwide, it is usually deep fried in vegetable oil and served with chili and soy sauce. A similar sensation to biting into soft melted cheese. This dish is certainly worth trying if you're heading to China, despite its foul smell. Number 6. Sheep penis. Yep, you heard that correct. Usually available at roadside vendors, it is cut into small cubical pieces and then skewered on a stick before being served. The Chinese believe that sheep penis, along with some other foods, are stimulants and increase your libido. Sheep penis, along with other animal penises and testicles, are served as a remedy for the problem. A restaurant in China is dedicated to serving all types of dishes with animal genitalia, such as sheep gonads on a bed of curry and steamed sheep penis. The locals enjoy the flavor of the dish, but they also believe it is good for one's health. Many of the customers at the restaurant are males looking to increase potency and sexual prowess. The Chinese believe that they can replenish parts of their bodies by eating dishes with those same body parts, which is why testicles and penises are consumed to improve sexual health. Instead of turning to a pill that doesn't work either, try this unique Chinese dish instead. Number 5. Shark fin soup. The Chinese are under fire for this dish constantly, along with a few others, because of the fact they hunt animals that don't naturally fall into the prey category in the food chain. In some cases, they even hunt animals that are at risk of going extinct. The caveat aside, shark fin soup is a traditional soup or stewed dish that is found in pretty much all of China. The shark fins provide texture, while the taste comes from the rest of the ingredients. It is commonly served at special occasions such as weddings and banquets, or as a luxury item. Basically, it is considered a delicacy. You get the idea. They kill a shark, lob off its dorsal fin, and toss it into a stew. And if this is ticking you off, you aren't the only one. In fact, many Chinese citizens have taken a stand and have protested against this inhumane mass slaughter of these creatures because they might soon go extinct. Since 2011, the consumption of shark fin soup in China has gone down by 80%. Number 4. Silkworms. Various insects are considered a delicacy in many cultures. In China, silkworms are one of those insects, and they are enjoyed by the locals. Silkworm pupa remaining after their fibrous cocoons have been harvested are used in several different ways for consumption. The flavor is like a shrimp or crab and has a chewy consistency. They can be found in local markets, cooked several ways, or stocked frozen and canned. Chinese-style silkworms are added to stir-fry with your favorite vegetables, soy sauce, and seasonings. It's normally served up with rice or noodles, or the pupa can be deep-fried and served with your choice of dipping sauce. And if you're not sold on consuming the insect in your stir-fry, you can always start with the sweeter and more tourist-friendly version, chocolate-covered silkworms. Number 3. Fried bee pupa. Now, you saw the last one, you know what we're about to show you. Contrary to popular belief, bee pupa are actually very nutritious and high in protein. Disgusting, but still nutritious. Commonly used as an ingredient for cooking dishes. The most common way to eat bee pupa is fried until golden. Other alternatives include steamed bee pupa, stir-fried bee pupa, crispy bee pupa, cake, and cold-fried bee pupa in sauce. While it may seem unusual to eat bees, many other insects are also eaten and enjoyed in China. Number 2. Rats. If there is one country whose population would survive the apocalypse without a hitch, it's definitely China. They eat everything. Rats are also a roadside attraction, and even though they started off as a poor people food, they are now available countrywide, and refusing to eat a rat is considered a classless act in China. Basically, by refusing someone's invitation to a nice fried rat dinner is saying that you are better than them. They're usually gutted and washed to remove all bacteria and germs, if that's even possible, and then they're still fried till crispy. Usually they're eaten in 1 or 2 bites, bones, claws, and all. Number 1. Bird spit soup. Of all the things they eat, the Chinese actually consider this a controversial dish. Since it has no nutritional value, it's basically a jello-like substance. This famous soup is made from a swiftlet's actual nest. A swiftlet is a small bird that is found in Southeast Asia and lives in dark caves like a bat. They construct their nest out of their own gummy saliva, produced by the glands under their tongue. The nest of saliva hardens as it is exposed to the air. Then humans come along, steal it, and boil it until it dissolves into a jello-like consistency. Even though the dish has been proven to have absolutely no nutritional value, the Chinese believe it helps them stay young. And that is a wrap on 10 unusual foods that only exist in China. Did you manage to make it through all of them? Would you ever try one of these exquisite dishes? Let us know in the comments below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.